Hi guys, welcome back. Today feels a little different because I've got a brand new sketchbook in front of me and it's kind of exciting but slightly intimidating first page moment, when the page is so clean that you almost hesitant to put the first mark down. Yeah, that's where I am right now. And today I thought instead of just painting, I would talk with you while we go through these pages together. I'll be painting 4 landscapes inspired by Spirited Away. Those quiet scenes that feel magical and ordinary at the same time. But while I paint, I want to share something that's been on my mind that is related to growth. Not the kind that happens overnight or makes a big splashes, but the slow and steady kind, the kind that doesn't look like much when you're in middle of it, but it is happening there. Actually, let me ask you one thing. When was the last time you looked back and thought, wow, I didn't even notice I was changing, but I was? That's what I want to talk about today. Growth that sneaks up on you. So, here I am blocking in these messy first layers of green. They don't look like much right now. Honestly, if someone walked in right now, they would think, what is that supposed to be? But I know with time, with layering, it's going to start coming alive. That's kind of how life feels, right? Messy, patchy, half formed, especially at the start of something new. We live in a world that really doesn't have patience for that stage. Everything is about speed, how quickly you can get results, how fast you can move on to next achievement. And if you are not fast, you start to feel like maybe you are failing. But think about a seed. For months it just sat underground, hidden, doing that invisible work. No one claps for a seed that just lying in dirt. But without those quiet months, it couldn't survive once it breaks the surface. It's the same with us. Sometimes the progress we are making is hidden. Maybe it's discipline we are learning. Maybe it's learning to be patient. Maybe it's just showing up again and again when it feels like nothing is happening. Even in art, like right now, these uneven greens will eventually look like shadows, like bamboo, but in the end, because they need this slow layering thing. So let me ask you, is there something in your life right now that feels slow, like it's dragging on forever? Can you look at it differently, not as a wasted time, but as roots growing slowly and quietly? I'll let this bamboo scene come together for a moment. Sometimes it's good to just watch the brush moving in quiet. Now I'm moving into this sunset scene, and sunsets are always something that makes me think of transitions. They're not about the end of day, not really. They're about the shift Growth is often like that, gradual shifts in color, tiny changes you barely noticed until one day you look back and realize the whole sky is different. And honestly, I've been guilty of rushing, wanting results now, wanting to skip the in between parts. Maybe you can relate, but here's the thing, when I have rushed growth, it never felt satisfying. It's like forcing a painting to dry too quickly. You lose the depth, the richness that only time can give. What's interesting about sunsets is you can't pin down the exact moment the sky changes, it just shifts while you're not paying attention. Growth is like that too. Let me ask you, can you think of your own sunset moment, a season where you weren't at the start anymore, but you weren't finished either? What did that space teach you? I'll let the sky deepen and these greens to come together nicely. Sometimes silence say more than words. This painting, it's about a quiet forest with sunlight breaking through, and I think that's what slow growth eventually feels like. There are seasons when it's all shadows, all waiting, but then one day light filters in and you realize you have grown, you have changed. The forest isn't empty anymore, it's alive. The light only feels beautiful because of the shadows you walk through, and that's why I think slow growth is such a gift. It makes you notice the small breakthroughs, it teaches you patience. I'll let the greens settle here for a moment. Sometimes the painting says enough on its own. This wide open sky, it feels like perspective, and perspective is what growth gives you eventually. Think about who you were 5 years ago or even the last year. You're not the same person, are you? You have been shaped by all the quiet in between things. And what I kept realizing is the destination is never the point. We think when I get there, I'll finally feel complete, but it's never about the milestone. It's about who you became along the way. Like in painting, you hang a finished painting on the wall, but it's the process of making it that changes you. The hours of patience, the mistake you had to cover up, the colors you layer until it felt right. That's the part that stays with you. So maybe you're in middle of that right now. Maybe you feel unnoticed or like that your effort doesn't count. But let me tell you, it does. Those hidden ordinary days shapes you the most. When you look back at your own journey, what are you most proud of? Not the big wins. I mean, the persistence, the day you showed up even when no one was watching, even when no one was expecting. I'm just trying to layer the sky. You can just watch the strokes stretch and fade. Slow growth is still growth, and the journey, the messy, the patience part, the in between journey is what is shaping you in ways you might not see yet. As I finish these last touches, I just want to leave you with this, that whether your growth feels fast or slow, visible or hidden, it matters. It really matters. So, thank you for sitting with me in this session, for painting with me, or maybe just listening in the background. I hope this reminds you to be gentle to yourself and to trust your own pace and to find beauty in the process, not in the end results. Until next time, keep creating, keep becoming what you want to become, and remember, you are already on your way.